Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Northie and today we are going to be looking into Harry's and William's energy about this new book that has just landed, and it's about the Sandhurst Military Academy. Now William has written a foreword for the book and features in the book because he trained at Sandhurst. Harry also trained at Sandhurst, which is seen to be like the elite officers kind of training regiment here in the UK. So I'm going to see how William feels about doing this book. Is it like some kind of power move? Is it just a thing? We're going to have a look into that. We are also going to see Harry's energy about this. Was he offered to be included in the book? Did he reject that offer? Was he just sidelined? We're going to have a look and see what the cards have to say about that. So if you're new here, hello, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, like and share. It really helps my channel out. Once we hit to 9,000 subscribers, it's just a little bit tongue-in-cheek, and I do make these myself. I'm going to be giving away 3 St. Johnny Thompson prayer candles for your perusal, for your enjoyment. So please like, share, subscribe, all of that YouTube stuff, and I'll get on with it, eh? So we'll start off with William's energy. I am using the Night Waite Tarot deck, which is by Michelle Night Waite. So we're going to have a look, see what's happening with William's energy around this book. Let's have a look. Five of Pentacles in reverse, that he is on the outside. So William's reasoning for doing this book, and Harry not included, is he definitely feels that his brother chose to leave. He put himself there. He's not bothered. He shouldn't be included. He chose to step back from his country in William's mind. Now, there's plenty of ex-servicemen who are expats. It's not quite the same. Harry had military patronages. He was the family are the heads of the armed services. So in this country, in the UK, when a serviceman goes into either the army, the navy, or the air force, they take a pledge, and that pledge isn't to the government, it's not to the prime minister, it's to the head of state. So Harry and William would have both taken pledges to Her Late Majesty Queen Elizabeth. Any new servicemen who are coming in, say this year, will be taking a pledge to King Charles. So straight away, he put himself on the outside. He is on the outside. I think William is really done. What's crossing over? The Lovers. Okay. Interesting that the Lovers are crossing over. William's intuition is really strong, and the Lovers isn't just about the Lovers. It can mean a Gemini. It can mean somebody who is really intuitive as well, and creating a union. So I feel like it causes William some disease that he is having to do this. It's at some level he's like, but he's my flesh and blood. But he also feels very betrayed. So there is a confliction there. And he doesn't like having to do these things necessarily. But straight away, he's on the outside. He's on the outside. Harry is on the outside. And it's a way of, I think all hope is gone and William has closed the door. We have the 4 of Swords in reverse. And we have the 8 of Pentacles. So William chose not to include him because he doesn't do any work. He put him on the outside. Him put himself on the outside. And when I say William doesn't do any work, I meant Harry doesn't do any work. This is William's reasoning for what he's done. I think William is still deeply affected by events that led up to Queen Elizabeth II's passing. I feel like he's still thrown by what he sees as several betrayals. The Four of Swords, of course, is the death card. So there's this conflictionness, there's this intuition where he still on a human level feels for his brother, but on the other hand, he's done with it. The Four of Swords in reverse, he is very aware of the heritage, the legacy, and everything that goes with it. And the Eight of Pentacles underneath, none of it worked. It wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have happened. He doesn't think his brother's deserving, and he feels like it's almost like there's two sides to this with William. He doesn't think his brother's work. He thinks he's very damaging. He's very hurt about Queen Elizabeth's passing and the events around that. His intuition, though, his empathy, I think he's completely done with him because the cards are quite strong, but he still has an empathy for them. You can dislike somebody intently, but you can still say when something bad happens to them that you're going to go, ooh, that's going to suck. But let's have a look. The Ace of Wands, he was very happy going into the project, happy to do it, creative, yeah. The Moon in reverse. Okay. William is just wanting to make things work and keep things pushing, you know. A lot has gone on. There's been a lot to process. We've had deaths, betrayals and death surrounding the royal family for the last few years. Plus he stepped into this big role. And we have the Four of Cups. So he is quite receptive. He is willing to listen. But there's this complete betrayal. The Moon in reverse coming up. Okay. When I say William's done with him, I mean it. But that doesn't mean you still can't go through these kind of confliction emotions. And that's the tarot kind of digs deep sometimes. He was happy to do it. He's very happy to do it. But he's still a Cancer. William is still a Cancer. He's still very emotive, very intuitive, even though I think he tries to switch it off. So for all of the reasons, Harry is done. He feels like not only has he betrayed his country, William thinks that Harry has betrayed his family and the armed services, so he doesn't deserve necessarily a place in there, but he's still kind of like, it's gonna sting with the Lovers crossing over. The Lovers can also mean and actually it's probably more likely to mean that Catherine is it as foremost. I think William's completely done. The Moon is in reverse for what comes up next. So whether we're going to have Harry spurging out about this or attacking the royals for this, it's very interesting. The Moon can also mean a Pisces. That could be Uncle Andrew. That could be Uncle Edward. It's in the negative, and Edward never puts a foot wrong, so it's more likely it would be something with Uncle Andrew will do. But it's also interesting that it also relates to mental health, or people being manipulative, people being cruel, people trying to pull a fast one. So could this be that there was an attack on William and the royal family around this book? And I mean attack as in the usual smears, lies, deceptions from Monty thingy. Like I said, the Four of Cups, he is receptive, and the Two of Pentacles, he just wants to get everything in balance, everything working, and ride those kind of waves. Interesting that in his hopes or fears, we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a portal, a doorway. And I don't think he wants them back in. So his fears might be a doorway, might be open for Harry to come back. That could well be, because the rest of the cards suggest something very much something else. The Emperor is in reverse, so I feel like Harold is going to lash out at King Charles in all of this. Let's have a look and see where we're going with Harry. How does Harry feel about William's involvement in this Sandhurst book and not being in it? Now, if you just watched my last reading, you will see that it already kind of came up. But we'll have a look, see if the similar cards come up, see if there's anything here. Let's have a look with Harry. Queen of Swords. Strategy, strategy, strategy. Now, there is a lady who is being accused of running a Twitter account, who has been quite active in the Sussex Sewer Squad over the last few years at trying to defame and being really hostile to Catherine. The lady in question, who is accused allegedly for entertainment purposes only, is a UK singer from way back in the 90s, and she's an Aquarian, so it could be something with that. It could be Oprah, it could be Ellen DeGeneres. They're both Aquarians. Now, Aquarians relate to an air sign, and an air sign would be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, and the Queen of Swords relates to an Aquarian woman, and it also can mean strategy, long-term strategy. Yeah, so straight away we have a strategy. Let's see what's crossing over him. The Lovers in reverse. Oh, so that Lovers card crossing over William was Catherine. This is how we work things out in layers. The Lovers in reverse. Harry really doesn't like William and Catherine. I mean, I know we've established that, but that card was crossing over the Lovers in reverse. It's, yeah, wow. Okay. We have got the Six of Cups in reverse. So that is interesting. Page of Swords. Okay. The swords relate to... the swords characters can relate to, like, the Knight of Swords is an can be armed services, uniform services. The Page of Swords underneath, he's not taking this news very well. He's raging. He wants to get back. This is not fair. This isn't right. And poison goes where it's welcome, and he's probably being filled with more poison about this than anything else. He has got a skewed memory. We know that from Spare. He has got this very different version of events that happened. He only sees everything through Harry's lens, and I feel like there's this empathy. People go, oh, you're empathetic, and a lot of people use the word empathy only for people, and people, what I want to say is, Harry only deems someone empathetic if they see things from his perspective or his agenda only. and he's not willing to listen to anyone else's. It's not empathy, that, is it? So he's got a very warped sense of what's went on, and I feel like this is what's really driving the situation as well. I don't think Spare did the, what is he, 5th, 6th in line to the throne any favors at all. None whatsoever. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. I think he wasn't asked to take part in this. I think he's going to try it, though, to say. And there we have it. This came up for him as well in the last reading. He feels like he's been stabbed in the front publicly. He feels like he's been humiliated. He's absolutely... he wants to retaliate. He really wants to retaliate. The Seven of Pentacles is in reverse, leaving the situation. Now, this is interesting. He was wanting to cash out and do things, but money isn't coming in and growing quite as he imagined. I think he thought he would be set for life. By our standards, that's normal folk. He's probably set for life, but he's got the expense of employing Kronk, the security guard with the gold tie, that dude, and all of these other things. So yeah, and court costs, he's not the big winner that he likes to make out. The Four of Swords in reverse. And the Five of Coins, the Five of Pentacles. Interesting, that's a repeater. Williams, like, you put yourself on the outside, deal with it. Williams reading. Ooh. Oh, right, okay. So here we have the Four of Swords in reverse. Now, the Four of Swords in reverse is my death card, but it also means there is an inheritance, a legacy, a distortion of that. I feel like he's been put on the naughty step, but he can't, he's time out, and he is feeling very sorry for himself. You've got the Five of Pentacles, and he's like, this is because of Megxit. This is because we choose to have a freedom flight. Catherine made us leave. That kind of thing. He's got that kind of thing going on. Here we have the Four of Wands. What he hopes to do is try and push a foundation, try and push himself out there and look like he is stable. This is what he wants from that. So very much they're going to try their own royal court this year. Yeah. The Ten of Swords in reverse, he feels stabbed in the front. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some type of rebuttal or something from this. We're going to be hearing about this in a podcast, an interview, something. In a speech he does that in Grifters, something. But it is noted, and he is going to kind of go about it. The Devil in reverse. At the same time, on William's spread, the Emperor in reverse. Harry is going to try and blame all of this on the monarchy, on King Charles, on William, on Catherine. The only energy I don't see here is, of course, Camilla's. Camilla isn't in here. But he's blaming William, Catherine, everyone. He's going to try and deceive more. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, the German Minister for Propaganda in World War II, Goebbels, said something along the lines of, if the lie is big enough, everyone will believe it. Well, the lie was big in this instance, with Harry and Megxit calling the king and Catherine with Scooby's book. You know what they said, and no one believed it. because they're proven liars. They keep lying and they keep throwing stuff around and acting like petulant children. They are going to, Harry is going to come further unstuck in 2024. Just watch. Not that I want that for anyone. It's his own behavior and his own life choices that is getting there. He is effectively doing it to himself. And interesting that they are being told to shut up. Somebody is telling them to shush. They are trying. But you know, when you've got kids and you say hold your breath for ages and they're like, ooh, and they're puffing out their cheeks and all that stuff, that's the energy I'm getting. But they want to retaliate, but they can't. Ugh. They've got to do things in a slightly different way. And I think that's why all of the squaddies are leaving the app in droves, the X app, the Twitter app, whatever it's called these days. So that is what I see in the cards. If you've made it this far, please leave me a little guardsman, an army man emoji down below. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for spending time with me. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Let me know what you think. Like I say, leave me a little guardsman, and I'll see you really soon. Bye, everyone.